Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. That all depends where you're coming from. And where I'm coming from is inside my truck. Christina and I today are going to show you something a little bit different. So I'm just going to wait for her to pop on. But in the meantime, I want to talk to you about when you're out and about and you just really don't have time to get home. Sorry, Christina, I'm trying to add you, but there. Time to get home, but you really don't want to be running through and feeding you. Hello, Christina, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Where are you off to this morning, and how's your weather there?
It's icky. It's seriously been raining for like 3 weeks now. We did have a nice day the other day, but hi, Julie, hi, Pam. But it's pretty cold and it's pretty nasty out today.
Well, we have snow and it's cold, but that's okay because we have, what are we going to show them to? Oh, well, first of all, let's introduce ourselves. I am Tracy Taylor from Alberta, Canada, and this is?
And I'm Christina Rios Tirado from Northern New York.
And together we are the Chatty Cooks.
There's so much look at me.
It's a little different. And the funny thing is, Christina, my frame that's holding my phone is cutting you right off. So if you're sticking your tongue out or making faces at me, I cannot see it until I hashtag replay. But I will hashtag replay. So do not make faces at me. I can't see.
That's okay. Hopefully mine will make it through because my signal's not so great because where we live, I'm just on the border of my Wi-Fi. And where I am, the phone, data is not so great. So hopefully I'll be able to stay without getting kicked out.
I'm just gonna turn this and show everybody what it looks like outside at my house. Can you see that?
Yeah, at least I don't have snow.
Yeah, but that's okay because today we're going to talk to you about car bags and car boxes and eating on the run, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I usually go first, so do you want to go first today?
I sure do. So, sometimes people are like, "Oh, what do you need a car box for? What do you need to have the stuff in your car for?" Well, have you had to take your kids out to McDonald's on the last minute thing with no other choice and they're hungry and you got to feed them lately and how much it costs? And besides, it's all pure junk. I know a while ago we were in the city and we didn't get back in time, when we were planning on it. So the kids were like, "Can we just go to Burger King?" And like, seriously?
Happy
Rick and
birthday,
I didn't even get
Val! I saw Val come on. It's her birthday. Sorry. Happy birthday, Val.
Happy birthday. And seriously, my kids didn't even get that much stuff. They just basically got fries and drinks and some chicken nuggets. And I think Rick got like a shake and I got some fries. And it was like $25. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's not even a whole meal. And it's garbage, right. But everybody was hungry. We didn't have anything in here. So now I have stuff in here because I'm like, that's not happening again. So I also have put together one. My husband commutes every day. He commutes 45 minutes to and from work. And the area where we live and where he drives to is kind of like, they call it the twilight zone because you could leave here and it could be totally sunny. And then you get 20 minutes down the road to Central Square and it's a complete whiteout. So it's like you hit like all these different storm fronts all the way down. So you never know what it's going to be. And he has gone off the road before and had to sit there for a couple hours and stuff like that. So we do always have like sleeping bags, hand warmers, feet warmers, all that kind of stuff. And that's great for like an emergency. But I think that like what we're kind of talking about a little bit more is how to save money and so your kids aren't eating junk and that you can have a good meal. So do you want me to start showing what I've got going on here first?
Sure, you can do that if you want. Yeah.
Or is there anything you want to add?
No, I was just going to say whether it's for emergencies or whether it's for just heading out. So we've always carried food in our glove box, and I used to have a duffel bag in the back where I carried food. But I've just moved up to my new car box, so I'm excited to show it. But I can show it when it's my turn. It's okay. I can wait.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I want to show you and I actually got this idea from Christina Hallmeyer. And I'm going to show you what I have in mind. I have a bag and I have a bunch of different meals, single serve stuff like this, so that, you know, we can make, and there's an assortment so everybody can pick what do they want. They don't have to, everybody doesn't have to eat the same thing, so they can pick what they want. I have some snackies in here, you know, I always, except for I don't right now because I'm out, I usually have a family size can of peaches because they're my go-to, they're my jam, and I always carry those around with me. And I'm like bummed because I'm still waiting for my order, and I ordered like a case of them, so I'm waiting for them to get here because they will definitely go in here. I also have this little bag.
We're so excited to show you guys.
I know, show and tell. I have this little bag where I have a thing of Chef's Choice in here. And I also have a thing of the pink Himalayan salt. You know, because if you need to salt it. Because sometimes I know that, like, when I'm making my meals in jars, I might not get the seasoning exactly the way I want it. So I like to have it in there. And in here, I've got tea bags, and I've got my napkins, I've got forks, and I've got spoons. So just kind of like my little bit of utensils. I need to get some, well, I don't really need to get mayonnaise. I can actually put some to-goes in here as well. Oh, Sharon, you can do it. Once you start doing it, you're good to go.
Yeah,
I also have my little bag of mashed potatoes. I also have my little emergency thing of mashed potatoes in case I put too much water in something. I can toss. Because you know what? I did that the other day. I was at an event and I wanted to share some with the girl next to me, and I put too much water in it. I made like the shepherd's pie-ish. And I was like, crap. I'm like, this is really watery, but it's still good. And because I put too much water in it and I didn't have any mashed potatoes with me because I had my regular vendor stuff and I didn't have any with me. So I'm like, okay, this is a must have with me at all times.
It's a food band-aid. It fixes everything.
It is. But I got to show you guys this little neat little jobby. This is the coolest little thing. Christina Hollemeyer had one. Hers was a jet boil though. This one's not a jet boil. This is a Z and Lee. I'm a little bit cheaper. This one was about $50, and jet boil is a little bit more expensive. But you just pop this thing down. Here's the handle. Okay, so you got a handle. It's got a lid. Inside, I have all the stuff that goes with it. I'm going to try to do this because I really don't have a flat surface to do this on, so I'm going to try to show you because this is wicked cool. Here's my propane. You get the little propane tanks that look like this. And you just kind of screw it on. With the little lever you pop out.
Everybody did hear Christina say she doesn't have a flat surface, right? I can't tell, but I'm pretty sure she looked directly at me when she said flat surface.
I did not. Well, because my stuff's in a bag. I don't have a box yet.
Oh,
you know,
no,
mine's
I'm talking about your not flat surface and my extreme flat surface.
No, see, she's just, you know, coming up. She's just pulling stuff out of the air. We've got this little neat thing that everything just pops out. And then you put it on the bottom here. So your little, this thing stays, it snaps on. And then this is the coolest thing. Just because I don't have a flat surface, I'm not going to cook in this today. But you put it on and it twists and locks. Okay. And then over here is the gas valve. You turn that on and then there's a lighter switch right here, and you push the button and it lights it.
Is that like a neoprene sleeve, that red thing? Yeah,
so that you can grab it like this. You don't want to touch here afterwards, but you grab it like this. And then it's got this little thing, this little doohickey that, so we could do it on the floor.
Do you have those in your store? Because if you have one, I will buy one tomorrow when I come to your store. But if not, I'm going to order one from the link that Christina will post. Right, Christina?
Yep. It's Amazon, seriously. So then it's got this little thingy, right? And you just put once you've taken this off and you've boiled it, and last night we were messing with it because I just got this, so I haven't played with it too much, but it boils water in like 3 minutes. So, and then you can put it on this afterwards so that you're not putting the hot part on something. But Perfect. You can cook right in it too. So you can put your water in there. You can put whatever your meal is. You know, like I've got cheesy broccoli soup. I could do it in the jar or just do the water and then pour the water in. Or I could actually cook. You could probably, you know, you could do like a bigger meal if you were doing one thing, you know, for everybody. You could do a bigger meal and put it right in here, add the water, turn it on, and it's going to heat it up and cook it. It's a little camp stove. It's really super cute. And like I said, they have the jet boil one. And that one's like $130. And I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. So this one was only, and the reviews were good, and it was only $30. Or 30, I'm sorry, $50 American. But, and then it's American. But then it's like self-contained. Everything goes right back inside it. So, you know, everything but the propane tank. So super, super easy. And you just unscrew this part again. Unscrew that. Then you just pop this part over here. This flops right down inside there. This part flops right down inside there. And then the same with this little thing.
Almost, Pam, almost. $5,603 and
yeah, Canadian, right? And that goes in there, and you can actually, that little mesh bag, it came with that. You could put it in the mesh bag, but I used that for my condiments. And then there's a little button here. You pop the handle up. It locks up like that. Then it's got a little ball thing here. You just put it in there, and it's all contained. Everything's right there. So you could probably, you know, it's supposed to go in here, but I got another use for this.
Perfect.
And then that's it. How easy is that? So I'm going to get one for Rick and for his car for when he travels back and forth, because if he were to be like pulled over, if he went off the road, because like sometimes it gets so blinding snow, you know, if he were to go off the road and like they didn't know he was there and he needed to keep warm or whatever, this is going to give him, we always have a case of water in our car, and even if it freezes, you could still just like cut open the bottle and put the ice in here and it's going to melt it. So that's, you know, another, you know, great thing. And we, you know, we keep stuff like hand warmers and blankets and boots and extra gloves and all that stuff too, just because he does travel so much. So, but I thought that this is for $50. This is a great addition to it. And I also wanted it for my events so that I can, you know, sometimes they don't have the water. They don't have water to do it. So, or a microwave or hot water or something. So that's my little thingy. I lost my cap though.
Okay, well,
mine
is similar. Ironically, if you know me, you'll know this is funny, but mine is all kept in an ammo box. So I have my ammo box. I can't keep the water in my vehicle. I don't have one like Christine does, so when I put water in my vehicle, this is what happens. It's frozen solid. So I have to bring water or have water that I can heat up. Well, for today, ironically, my thermos is a shotgun shell, but it's okay because it was in
that's adorable.
I know. John came home.
I brought one out there.
So we have water that's already hot that we can add into. I have these all made up. So the meals are made up, and I keep them in. These are called soup cozies.
Oh, I need some of those.
They have a couple of purposes. One, they stop the jars from breaking because they don't clack together. But two, they also, when I pour the boiling water in, I'm able to hold the jar. Now, on a day like today, I would be trying to get as much warmth off this jar as possible. The jar is going to get quite hot. So, a couple of things. So, I have these. I have 5 of these in my, one for everybody in the family. I have my silverware as well. I do have snackies and some to-goes. I don't keep the mayo in here because it would freeze. I keep an empty thermos. Well, it's not quite empty. It has hot chocolate in here and some paper cups so that we could heat up some water, make some hot chocolate to drink. And then this is my device to heat hot water. It's called a Barracook. I know some of you have the hydro cookers, which are the same thing. It has a plastic shell. It has a tin cup inside. And then what you do is you take the packet that looks like this. You preferably do this before your hands are freezing. But there's a little package inside. See that? Just looks like a little hand warmer. You put that in. And then this one here is cold water. So it's not water out of my thermos, but I could use water out of my thermos. But if I wasn't prepared enough and didn't know that I needed it, I put a little bit of water in the bottom like this. I put the rest of the bottle in that cup. This is going to impress you. I drop that back into here. I put the lid on, and this is going to be very hot in a minute.
But how long does it take for it to heat?
Like about 3 or 4 minutes.
So yeah, that's about what mine takes. We were timing it last night.
Obviously, it won't get as hot as yours will. I did take this when I went up in the mountains. It was hot enough for coffee, but it wasn't hot enough for proper tea. Probably if you just drink tea out of a microwave normally, you would be satisfied with it. But if you use a kettle and you like your tea with boiling water.
Was that a slam?
You would be a bit disappointed. So when that heats up, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. I also have a couple emergency things in my kit just in case somebody is craving something sweet. So that's all in my kit. And this kit actually sits at the bottom of my passenger seat, because if John is driving, then I sit there and my feet go on it. And if I'm driving, then there's lots of room for it on the bottom, unless one of my kids are in the front because they're taller than me. So this is already starting to heat up. It's definitely going to be warm enough to make, this soup up. And then again, I pop it in here. I have my utensils and I'm good to go. So I'm just going to wait for that to warm up. But do you guys keep food in your vehicles? Julie, Pam, who else has been commenting? Do you keep food in your vehicles? I want you to drop the name of that with a link. For this one, Julie? This one's actually off Amazon, but I absolutely will post the link.
Yeah, I'll post the link for this one on there as well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't always, I just did the car boxing because actually, I watched Christina Hallmeyer had, with her kids, because I can see like with her, it's got to save her so much money because she has 8 kids. She has 8, right? Or 7? 7 or 8? I don't know, but can you imagine like going out? Huh?
Can you hear it?
Oh yeah. Ooh, and it's steaming. Cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yep. Sharon, I also have a flashlight. I have blankets. I have all that kind of stuff is in. You know what's funny is like my van, I really don't. Oh, there's speaking of Christina Hallmeyer. There she is.
Christina, we've been giving shout outs. We've been,
look what I got.
Look what I got, Christina. Look what I got.
Mine's not a jet boil, but I was just talking about how it's got how many kids you have? 7 kids? And I'm just thinking about 7 or 8.
7.
Going through a drive-through or going out someplace for a lunch or whatever, that, that's like crazy. It's like total craziness. So, and that's where like the idea of the car box was totally, we got it from her. We stole it from you, Christina. But it's like a brilliant idea.
We used to just call it shoving food in the console. Now it has a name. Yeah. It is the Christina Hallmeyer car box. You should market those.
Yep. Look at that. Steaming. Awesome.
I know. So I'm going to make my soup while you're chatting.
Yep. I actually didn't do mine because, I never know if I should do it in the car when I'm closed up in the car with the propane.
Well,
I don't know if that's...
You'll know. She does hers in the car, but that's okay. You don't need to do it in the car now.
Yeah. But I did bring some cheesy broccoli soup. I was thinking, and I brought water out I have these little things, but it should be good now because it isn't that old. Where like sometimes it doesn't work well when I do it like this at the when I do an event, and that's what I wanted to do because sometimes they don't have, a thing with hot water and I need one of those cozies. Where'd you get those cozies?
There is a lady that made them. I can post her link as well. But
because I'm just like burning the crap out of my fingers right now.
I know, right?
I need some cozies. Dang it.
And here's a little live hack. If you want something to look really hot, go outside where it's really cold, and then the steam's even that much better.
I don't think it's that cold here. It's like super, super, super windy here.
Yeah. So there we go. I have soup. Wasn't that cool?
I'm just stirring mine, but it's hot.
So really, again, for those of you that do meals in jars, you know that if you want to eat instantly, you don't put the beans in or noodles or rice because they take a little longer to refresh. But this is just the regular tortilla soup. Actually, it's the one I stole out of my husband's fridge where he keeps his lunches. So, oops. Sorry, hon. I'm eating your soup. He watches our lives every day, so he knows what he's getting for dinner.
He plans his day around what you're making for dinner. That's funny.
Absolutely. Oh, Brenda, I'm glad you voted. I'm not even American, and I'm glad you voted. But we're not going to talk politics on the show. We swore we would never do that. So glad you voted.
No politics. Glad
you voted. And my thing is now starting to boil over. I put a little too much water. But that's all I have for today. Do you have anything else in your magic box you'd like to share?
No, I do not have anything else in my magic box.
All righty. We will post those links. What is the lid of the car box for? A table? Oh, that's what the lid, yeah.
Yeah, I have a bag, Christina, so I need to get a box, but I didn't have anything. I need to go to the store and like specifically find something that's going to work for me for that.
Christina, my co-host Christina, I know a guy in New York State, not city, that could probably get you one of these. It's an ammo box and it's the perfect size. I'll hook you up with him. Oh,
okay. Is he a short little Puerto Rican guy?
He's a short little Puerto Rican guy that does gun classes and makes fun of Canadians. But I'll hook you up with him because I'm pretty sure he can get you an ammo box. He might even be able to get you a thermos that looks like a shotgun shell.
I know.
You know what that's called? That's called doing a trade show and really trying to entice other vendors to come and try your things and then getting a little bit squirrel and going, oh, that's cool, and buying that. I sometimes spend more at trade shows than I make, but it's all fun, right?
That's what I did. I actually had a really slow one this past weekend, which is, I think it just wasn't my thing, and oh my God, so I was consoling myself with leggings. I go, one of my friends, she has like a little boutique thing and she's got leggings and everything. So I kept going, oh my God. And I think I bought like 3 pairs of leggings and all that shirt thing. And I kept going back. I was like, I need to stay away from you.
Okay. So I also have the ability to do a facial steamer in my vehicle.
Ooh. There you go. Your skin will be beautiful.
Yeah. But really, for today, that's what we wanted to show you, that it's important, whether it's to save money, to save your health by not having to grab crappy food on the run, or to save yourself if you ended up somewhere stuck in a snowbank or on the side of a road. Chances are, unless you live in a really isolated place, you're going to get found before you're starving. But how nice would it be while you're waiting for the tow truck to come and pull you out to be able to have a nice bowl of soup? Or better yet, maybe to hand over a hot chocolate or a nice warm something to the guy that's just shoveled you out of the snowbank, because it does happen. It happened a lot here in the last 2 days. There were people being pulled out and shoveled out. So it's going to happen. Make sure your car box is ready, whether you live in, oh, see, Christina Hallmeyer, you don't get stuck in the snow very often, do you? It doesn't matter. She might get stuck in the sand.
Spring events is a good one.
Yeah. So
I bring stuff up when my kids are playing soccer.
Yes, exactly. When you're sitting in the car because you have to go to the soccer game and it's cold and they're running around warm, you can sit there and have. I know, right, Christina? It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Usually I have my peaches. Like I said, I always bring, if I've got my van, I'm good to go with there because I always have snackies and cans of stuff in my can. But I'm going to get another one of these little camp stoves to put in there too, so I can. That one would probably, I want the link to that one because that one would probably be a lot better for me for trade shows because they probably, the schools probably would frown upon me whipping out a camp stove with propane.
Well, the good thing with this is the cup one, but it also comes in like casserole ones, so you could actually do your food right in it. I figure I like this because I pour it in here, then this goes in to get washed, and this doesn't have to because it's only had the water in it, right? But yeah, absolutely. I'll post the link for that. I love to have those in the van always. We give them to homeless. Yes. Yeah. It doesn't matter why you have it. You should have it. So we would love to see pictures of your car boxes when you get them ready, or car bags, or whatever it is you decide to do. Come back to this live and post them in the link. That would be awesome. Yep. But that's
your mission.
All we have, and I am now like freezing. So I am Tracy Taylor from Alberta, Canada, and this is
Christina Rios Tirado from Northern New York, and we are the Chatty Cooks.
Bye-bye.
See you Thursday.